residing here. I am talking, when we're talking about racism, we're talking about people who are legally resident here. So therefore, could you please tell me what statistics you're looking at and you're considering that you're thinking there's such an influx of immigration that, and people, of these people, that there's such a threat to the actual British society as such?
Well, the people here illegally are still here.
Illegally is not the point. We want to talk about legally. No, because there's always illegal. There's illegal Europeans as well. Can we just talk about the ones that we are talking about, please?
Well,
could you give me a figure? What figure do you consider mass immigration of ethnics which is going to affect your society?
Well, you see, there is this point about zero net immigration.
I'm not talking about. I want a figure from you.
Well, I mean,
so you don't want to give me a figure because you know that the figure. Can I read you the census?
Well,
the national statistics of 2001 by this country, which were carried out in, they said that the total ethnic minority, and that is including the Chinese, the Malaysians, all different cultures, including the Indian subcontinent, including the Africans, including the black, including all these ethnics, right? Ethnic minorities. The figure is only 7.9% over the whole of UK, and 92% is white British, and only 3% are Muslims. So could you please tell me how that can become such a huge threat to you, that the whole country is going to be overridden within a couple of years' time, that you feel that your whole culture is under threat?
Well, already there are certain cities in Britain, like Leicester and Birmingham and parts of London, where white people are for the first time ever in a minority. That is a fact. Now, calculations, demographic calculations done by people at Oxford University have shown that at the current rate of immigration, that is almost half a million people a year entering this country, at the current rate and the high birth rate...
Legally or illegally?
Well, what difference does it make?
There's a big difference. There's a big difference. There's a big difference because illegal ones will, if the government sorts their problems out. Yes, that's got nothing to do with the present conversation, which is about racism.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must say, this is not a discussion about immigration.
Exactly.
I appreciate the point.
So he needs to clarify it. He's mixing them both up.
As a scientist of mathematics and physics,
we're not talking about illegal.
Where are we talking about the threat to the indigenous, as you say, Anglo population?
And the definition of the indigenous population as well,
let's look at the Parek report, 2000, the future of a multi-ethnic Britain, Lord Parek and the Runnymede Trust. They've set out to establish multiculturalism and multiracialism upon the British people, whether they like it or not. Right? Then we've got the Macpherson report into the Stephen Lawrence murder, which is set out to disrupt the institutions of Britain, like the Metropolitan Police, to make their jobs very difficult. Now, this is very insidious. We're not just talking about numbers of people, we're talking about the brainwashing and the destruction of British culture and identity by eradication of history, by making out... I am told, let me tell you, I am told that I have no particular...
What history? Your British history has been developed by the whole of the Europeans and all the other countries come in. So please tell me what history you're talking about.
Well, the history I'm talking about is the history
the Normans, the Romans,
the British people.
The Saxons, the Vikings.
All of
Which
those,
ones?
yes, all of my ancestors.
Right, so they're all different. They're not your ancestors. Well, they're your ancestors, but they're not British, really, because they're not right from the fundamental roots of Britain.
They
came here at some stage and got integrated. We came at some stage and we become integrated.
I'm afraid Pakistani people and black African people did not spontaneously evolve in Northern Europe.
No, did you? You came. All these people came and invaded the country and became involved.
In Northern Europe. I'm afraid Northern Europe. My ancestors come from Northern Europe.
Have you gone past that stage as well? They might even go up to the apes, according to Darwin's theory.
If you go back...
go down to the apes.
Let us stop the historical debate.
We have 1% African genes, apparently. Well, I don't mind that.
You don't mind that?
Well, no, because I know that I'm pretty sure that the out of Africa theory that we originally came out of Africa is correct. I'm quite happy with that. Some don't agree with it. So, I mean, originally we evolved from monkeys.
Why, therefore, with falling fertility rates among our indigenous population, as you were saying, the influx of immigrant labour to fill the gaps of jobs that British people don't want to do?
There's 8 million people out of work in this country already.
Yes.
We don't need them.
But there are lots of jobs available. Right?
Well, what sort of jobs?
We shall agree.
Looking after children for people and cleaning people's houses. I thought we abolished slavery years ago.
Well,
it's an absolute con.
So you think that country can all these things?
We don't want any more people in this country.
You think you're going to do those jobs, are you? Are you going to do those jobs then? Because a country cannot run unless there is people willing to work at every level of society and every stage. You can't just run with just all the doctors in the world, in the country.
Do you know Bangladeshi and Pakistani people in this country are disproportionately unemployed?
Oh, excuse me, a lot of them are
putting out of work by Eastern Europeans and Bulgarians next year and Romanians.
Could I have a word as well? Because you say so many things, and it's very difficult for me to answer all of them. One of the things that you're saying is that the ethnic minorities are highly unemployed. Can I say that this racism might be just one of the simple factors which contribute towards that, which might also be the reason why a lot of the turnout of businesses are owned by ethnic minorities. A lot of businesses are owned by ethnic minorities. They're paying an awful lot of tax in that direction. So there's always going to be an amount that's going to be unemployed. Yeah. There is in the white indigenous population. So could you please tell me what the difference is?
Well, the point is this, that if you open the borders of this country to everybody and anybody...
Well, it wasn't everybody. You needed them to work in the factories at that time.
Well, we don't need anybody now.
Oh, so that means you use them and discard them. Oh, the human beings are just the same as the machinery.
Well,
you did. Your ancestors did. Your ancestors needed them at that time. So you used the people, and you want to now discard them.
We don't need any more. And
well, now,
why
stop them, but you can't stop their extended families because they're human beings.
There seems to be an attitude abroad that anybody can move and go and live anywhere they like. Well, I'm sorry, but I believe that we should have borders around our countries, and I'm sure Pakistan's got borders.
The waters are around you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this discussion is going to end very, very soon. Let me ask you for a final
I need to say something about that.
Bushra, very, very quickly. 30 seconds until the show is over.
I'd like to say that when he's talking about propaganda by using factual reports such as McPherson report and other reports, can I say that it's propaganda the other way around? Because as you've seen, the statistic figures show that the actual proportion is very low. Can I just say one thing?
No, we're out of time for the show.
Because there was a BBC reporter as well that actually showed you
the
inside of the police. So McPherson wasn't wrong.
Thank you for joining us. Would you like to respond very quickly?
McPherson was totally wrong, and the BBC report, the secret.
So there are other reports that also might be wrong.
No, McPherson was
well,
wrong.
Why is he the only one that's wrong? There will be loads of government reports that you don't agree with now. So that means the government doesn't carry out research correctly.
McPherson was wrong to brand the police force as institutionally racist. We're not racist.
Oh, well, what about the BBC? What about the BBC reporter that went inside and actually did filming and everything? Found out what?
Three people.
Three people, and you don't think they were a good high representative of what they were saying?
No,
I'm sorry. That's the actual fact. You don't want to face them.
Very much for joining us today on Talk Back.
Uproar in society.
As you can see, it's a big issue. Join us tomorrow. We'll have much more to talk about. Goodbye.